I'm delighted to welcome in Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hello, nation. How are we?
Nice to see you. Has it been an entire month since we spoke, or have you been knocking it back weeks? I get lost.
Probably just been adjusting because of our busy schedules, Alex.
Of course, schedules.
Schedules.
Which one's
Hasham,
which?
Bisham. Let's not go there.
Oh, it's an Americanism-y thing, isn't it? It's like a friend of mine who always says aluminum. And,
I'm not good with that.
No,
that's
no,
just wrong.
No. Although. No, I can't even make a link from aluminum to technology. No. Let's talk about Manx Blind Welfare. You've got a technology exhibition coming up.
We have.
What's it all about?
Okay, so at Manx Blind Welfare, hopefully people will know, or they might not, we have a range of technology on display up at our centre in Oncombe, most of which is available for people to borrow and try, and quite a lot of it we can let go out on long-term loan as well. But we don't have all the new bits and bobs that are out there sometimes. So what we've done is we've asked our suppliers to come to the island. They haven't done this for about 5 or 6 years. They're going to bring all their toys, bells and whistles onto our island here, and they're going to set up a 2-day demonstration up at our centre. This isn't a sales thing. It's really just to give people the opportunity to see what's available because, as I say, we have a lot of the latest technology, but things change very quickly.
And when it comes to some of this tech, I mean, give me examples of the kind of thing that people would think, well, okay, a talking newspaper is something that's technological. Well, that's almost quite comparatively yesteryear compared to what is now available, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they're building things like talking newspapers into new technology. So tablets and phones are one of the big things at the moment because lots of software is being written to make these things much more accessible. We're talking about electronic magnifiers, which have come on a long way. A lot of these will actually talk to us and read out documents for us now. Doesn't always have to be super high-tech things, though. I don't want anybody to be put off by thinking, I don't need to look at those. There's a lot of other information and equipment that'll be on display, including some of our much more low-tech things that we can help out with.
And for the people who might be a bit intimidated by the switches, the bells, the whistles, the flashing lights and things like this, how is that technology exhibition going to appeal to them? Is it really just to dispel the myth that, it's not going to be all Darth Vader's bathroom sort of technology?
Absolutely. It's gone from the days of having 25 square buttons that were all black because they've kind of realised now that that's not easy for anybody to use. No, it's really, lots of people will have heard of the internet and heard of email and all of these things if they don't ordinarily use it. It's to demystify it, really, and to say to people you can get involved with all of these technological developments that are happening, but you don't have to have a degree in rocket science to be able to use them.
If it makes people feel any better, I mean, I sit here, and as you can see, Dave, in front of me, I've got 7 TV screens, a bank of buttons and everything else, and they've made it very simple for technophobes in here. All I have to do is hit a huge button that says "Go" on it, and that's it. So it might look technological, some devices, but really they can be quite simple to use.
Also, some of these devices can be very expensive, and the advertising and the literature that goes with them can sometimes make people think this is the right product for them, but actually if they get their hands on it and try it, they might find it's actually not that thing that they need. They might need something else. So it's really to give people the opportunity to try it. We'll also be able to follow that up by hopefully being able to get hold of this technology for them to try for a longer period. And then they can make a decision. If it's something that we can't provide on free loan, because we can't provide everything, they can make an informed decision whether it's the right thing for them. And all the advice is free. There's no sales pressures. That's not what it's about.
So if people want to put that date in their diary, it's the 9th and 10th of September up at Corran Court in Oncombe.
Exactly.
And the other thing you brought in was a poster that you've been waving at me. What's this coming up?
I did wave it at you. So we have a Vision Awareness Week that we arrange every year, and that's running on the 9th to the 13th, so the Monday to Friday. And this year's subject or topic, because we like to cover a different one each year, is making the island accessible. So this is one of the reasons why the technology exhibition's coming here. Incidentally, we'd like people to let us know if they've got good examples of how things are accessible. Not necessarily the bad ones, but if they've had a really good experience about somewhere they've been or a service they've got in a certain place, please let us know, because it's very useful to know those things. So the Coast to Coast Walk, so we've been running this for a few years now. This is a walk that goes from the quay in Douglas, and it basically, when it gets there, it follows the old railway lines to Peel. And it's a very steady walk. There are 2 stages. We can have one that starts from the Ballacrane, which is a much shorter route to Peel, and then the one that runs from the quay around to Peel. Nice gentle walk. It's all on the flat. It's not a race. There's no kind of world ranking points for who comes first, second or third. It's just about people trying to get out and enjoying the day.
Are you allowed to go along and go woo woo brew at certain points, or is that just an anorak like me?
That's just you, Alex.
I thought
But
you
you
might
can
say
do
that.
that if you want.
Thank you. It's very kind of you. Yeah, almost therapy for me. David, people want to find out more information about the Vision Awareness Week, the walk, and of course the technology exhibition on the 9th and 10th. How do they get in touch with you?
Okay, so you've only got to the end of this month to register for the walk. But if you want any more details on that, we can give you information about routes, distances, things like that. If you want to know about the technology exhibition, you don't have to book a place. It's just running on those days, and you can just come in as and when you've got time. If it's something that might be difficult for you to do, get in touch and we'll see if we can arrange something outside of there. But you can get us on all the W's, mbws.org.im. You can get us on the Bean Tin phone line, which is 674727, or you can pop up and have a brew in the week, 9 to 5 at our centre in Ongan.
Excellent stuff. Thanks very much, Dave. I might just take you up on the brew. Have you milk to sugar? Have you got some biscuits as well?
You've never had one of my cups of tea, Alex. You wouldn't have it again.
Is it like builder's tea?
Worse.